I am currently sitting here. I have on the TV muted the NFL games for Thanksgiving. Right now, it's 10 seconds into the game between the Lions and the Packers. And I watched the pregame show this morning, and every segment had something to do with either fantasy football or betting. Nothing to do with just the analysis of who's going to win or lose the football game. It was all about prop bets, who's going to have more yards, who's going to have less yards, more receptions, less receptions, more touchdowns. At no point was it really just this team is going to win this game because they're better in this phase and that team is worse in the other phase, like you would expect from a pregame show where you're analyzing what the actual game is. And unfortunately, that continued during the game, has continued during the game. And the commercials, FanDuel, Prize Picks, Caesar's Sportsbook, all of them just have ads during the game, and it's just a constant bombardment of ads for gambling. And in a little bit of a small fine print at the bottom of the thing, it says, if you have a problem gambling, call this 1-800 number. And you can, at the 1-800 number, you can actually ban yourself from gambling. It's a 1-800 number, and I know in New York we have it where you can say, hey, I know I have a problem. I don't want to gamble. Put me on this list, and they will do it for you. And then nobody will be able to have you gamble anymore. And it's great. But the problem is there's so many ads and it's so little. I am so frustrated by the amount of gambling. And then when we wonder why, players will get into this. Players will get threatened because if somebody doesn't get the parlay, like let's say somebody's parlay is Packers win, Jordan Love over 250 yards, Josh Allen over 3 rushing touchdowns, and Josh Allen has 2 rushing touchdowns, but the other 2 things happened. People will threaten the life of Josh Allen because of that, because they lost their money on their parlay. Parlays are supposed to be difficult to win. They are long odds because you're putting multiple results together. And it's not the same as just putting the 3 probabilities together or the 5 probabilities together or even the 2 probabilities together, because if both of them were minus 110, you're not going to make it minus 220 for it. No, it's a whole thing. And yeah, it's a mess, and people will get very, very upset when they don't win their parlay, despite the fact that we know that these gambling companies make most of their money off of parlays, and it's so frustrating because every single advertisement is just make a parlay, make a parlay, make a parlay, and this needs to stop. But players will literally get in and be like, hey, I'll make sure that I have less than, because you can control less than X. Or I'll throw a ball like Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz are accused of. Or I'll make sure I fumble on the first play of the game. Or I'll throw an interception or something. Fumbling's easier than throwing an interception. The interception requires the defense there. Or I'll take a safety, things like that. But there's plenty of just reasons why players will throw games, because we have legalized sports gambling that's literally leading to players having their lives threatened. It is ridiculous, and it needs to stop. And I don't know how to stop it, but it needs to stop.